Lamb of God,
qui tollis peccati mundi,
who takes away the sins of the world,
miserere nobis.
have mercy on us.
Death before our
Death
eyes.
before our eyes.
Think of the grave.
Think of the grave.
Oh Christ,
Oh,
Jesus,
Christ,
what will
Jesus,
become
what
of
will
us?
become of us? It's here. Now. Here. I didn't think of it. Don't you see? I have been a thief. It's true. I have stolen. I have cheated. I have. And I'm an adulterer. I have sinned.
Oh Christ, with every breath there's death before our eyes. London all in tears. You don't see it, but you will. In every house the dead they will. Oh, this great and dreadful God,
have mercy on us.
Oh Christ, have mercy.
Have mercy.
Sweet Jesus, mercy,
please. It's in me. I can feel it. It's in me. I can feel it. I can feel it breathe. I can see it. It's in me. I can feel it. I can tear it out. Tear it out. I can see it. I can see it breathe in me. Oh God. My sin. It's alive. Oh Christ. It's in me. They feed upon us, drink our blood, invisible creatures in the air. They enter our bodies with the breath, thousands more with every inhalation. As if we were forgotten, as if we were forsaken. Do you see? Do you see? Do you see? Do you see?
So of course, I thought it best to bring him here.
Are you right to do so, Constable?
You are the gentleman whose name he used. A colleague, sir?
We know the fellow, yes.
Whatever has possessed him, do you think?
A lot of folk with jitters seems to me. What with the portents, madam, and the like.
That nonsense.
Portents?
Old wives' tales.
Of course. But since the first reports from overseas, not a day goes by but some bloke cracks. And when that comet tore across the skies, did nothing to persuade us all as well. 'Cause tell the truth, it put the wind up me. I mean, a blazing star. What more do you need?
An isolated incident, I'm sure.
That's not what I hear, Chief.
And what is that?
The firmament's on fire with prophecies.
That's true.
The streets are full of oracles. Right clever sods predicting something's up.
They see the future then.
They do.
Oh, please. These quacks have one concern. To calculate the future profit they'll stand to make.
You can't deny there's something in the air.
I am aware we live in troubled times, but all these kooks and their conspiracies, they simply feed the common people's fear. You hear our friend, they've even got to him.
I take it then you see no truth in signs?
In signs? I don't much, no. And nor should you.
I know it's not my place, sir, but you're wrong.
We thank you for attending to our friend. You've done your duty. Now on your way.
Do you hide your fear to save your wife the worry?
I'm hiding nothing. It is not fear which makes me sceptical of prophecies. I value reason, not astrology.
Your reason, sir, cannot deny the facts.
What facts?
Elizabeth,
The
please.
strange conjunction of the spheres.
No, ma'am. I'd point to something closer home. The truth of what your friend predicts, I mean.
What's proof?
There's 2 men dead in Drury Lane. Well, sir, is there no omen that you'll lead?
What does he mean now, Thomas? Answer me!
Nothing, Lisbeth. Idle gossip in the streets.
So you would have us think.
Who was it died?
2 Frenchmen lodged in Upper Drury Lane. The landlord did his best to hide the cause, but what I heard, there's little room for doubt. They sent for the physician after dark, not wanting to alarm the neighbours there. I learnt this from the parish clerk. The facts. Afraid to go in public, are you, sir?
My friend, your office calls for some restraint.
I'm only telling what I know's the truth. It's out there, sir.
Enough, I said.
Oh, God! Sweet Jesus, Lord, have mercy on our souls. O Lord, rebuke me not in thy wrath, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. For thine arrows stick fast in me, and thy hand press.
Now look at all your scandal is achieved. Tell me, why do you champion this cause of yours?
The truth will out.
Perhaps. You trust your source?
I do. And surely the people must be warned.
Indeed?
Too right.
I see. But to what end? To frighten foolish women in their homes? To fill our empty churches, synagogues, with congregations too afraid to think, so thousands flee the city? Is that it? And all because of vicious rumours spread?
You know that it's no rumour.
Yes, I know. This friend of mine, you found him raving, assaulting anyone who passed him by.
And racing semi-naked through the streets.
He has no family, you know.
That right?
Like yourself, I think. Not married, are you, son? I'm sure there's no one who wants to live alone. Not when the times appear so dark, so bleak. This friend of mine and you are now convinced the city's cursed, correct?
Correct.
Uh-huh. And you now feel compelled to tell the world?
Our citizens at least. Don't you?
I do. But how to break the news, as you have done?
I meant your wife no ill.
Of course not, no. Mass panic serves no purpose, Constable. Trust me, the situation is in hand. When you've a family of your own, my friend, you'll find it best to measure out the truth in small amounts. It spares the pain. Think on it. Now, Elizabeth, less of the dramatics, please.
Oh, Thomas, say we are not visiting.
We are not, Elizabeth.
Can you promise that?
The parish clerk's concern was premature.
What your husband says is right.
You see, dear?
Oh, Thomas, Christ have mercy on our souls.
I'm sure he will. Ah, look, the doctor's here. Well?
Well, there's nothing I can do for him. 40 days is all.
Is all?
Is all he has.
Oh, Jesus, no.
It's all we have too, or so he says. For we're all damned, you see, and food for worms is all we're fit for now.
Come, Doctor, what does this nonsense mean?
London's to perish within 40 days. At least 40 days is what I think he said. It might have been 14. His speech is slurred. Although I would hazard 40, after all. The reference would be biblical, no doubt.
Not sure I follow, Doctor.
Please explain.
He hasn't.
What?
He hasn't got the...
What? The plague?
Oh, heavens, not in this house. Please.
It frightens you to even say the word. Indeed it should.
Just tell us what you know.
Your friend has no contagion I can treat. There is no sign of plague.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Still, the brain's infected with some horror that clouds the senses, so that eyes perceive in every face the mask of death. Unless his faculties return, the body too will soon decay as swiftly as the mind.
Not contagious, is he?
Not as such.
Which means?
The infection is not physical, and yet your friend is not alone in this. There are too many on my rounds, I find, with minds disturbed by thoughts of plague, or else visions of their homes engulfed in flames. They see these signs as heralding the dawn.
The dawn of what?
Why, Judgment Day, of course.
We know that certain guidelines are laid down safeguarding merchandise in times of plague. All intercourse of trade for consumption here at home will be at once prevented. And that'll hit us hard financially. Think that's perhaps been preying on your mind? Of course, if pestilence does threaten trade, all manufactured goods that circulate through any London hands will be destroyed. The future doesn't look too bright right now. But still, you mustn't let it get you down. The market's edgy, but the scare won't last. It's up to us to hold our nerve. Stay calm. May you feel the strain. Perhaps it's rest you need. And if you think the city is at risk, it's best you spend a month or two away. The doctor might be right. Your mind's disturbed.
Your physician is a fool, and so are you. There is no remedy for what's to come.
What is to come?
The truth.
The truth?
That's right. Admit it, Tom. We've stolen, lied our ways to riches and the power profit brings. We must repent our sins before we're judged, confess our crime.
And what crime's that?
Our lust, the avarice dictating every move. You don't have any say here. There's no choice. You're visited already, don't you see? God's watching all the time, the deals you rig, the payments made, the shipments sent, the bribes, the mistress you keep secret from your wife, and every perk and privilege you've abused. It's not you only who's to blame. God knows that I've done the same. But save yourself. Your every venture's doomed. The market's cursed.
You think if we stop trading, we'll be spared?
The wages of sin.
A death, yes, so I'm told. But it's those wages keep us all afloat. It seems that you've forgotten who we are. Investors we must answer to. The board, not to mention every other broker connected with our trade we now employ. And you would have me fire them? Every one? Dismiss our workforce in a time of blight so you and I can be absolved from guilt.
We must release our grip on earthly things.
Everything we worked for?
Yes, destroy it all.
You're not suggesting everyone does this.
They have no choice.
But chaos would ensue.
And chaos is the sentence for our crime. All order must decay. Our time is up. We must suffer, Tom. We must prepare.
Prepare for what?
For justice. Punishment.
And the multitude of workers who depend on us and others like us for their jobs. When we have left them unprovided for, will they then join us in this state of grace? When we've reduced to utter poverty the family homes of loyal employees and dashed to pieces any hope they had of ever clawing their way up and out, they'll understand us, will they, when we say, oh, we've ruined you because we've seen the light?
No! They must suffer too. All England's damned. This visitation will devour all hope. The trading nations of the continent will grow to hate us. And when they learn our chief export is death, all trade will cease. No foreign port will dare admit our ships, and though we may menace them with threats of war, how shall we fight abroad when occupied at home by such an all-consuming foe? It's finished, Tom. We're finished. It's all gone.
This room you're in, it's comfortable enough? Good. I'm glad you find it to your liking. I'll see that the maid brings everything you need and that you're not disturbed in any way by anyone who'd fall for anything invented by that mind of yours. It's war.
You cannot silence me.
I think I can. You didn't really think I'd swallow it, this messianic trip you're on. You're mad, and I'll not have you spread your lunacy.
You cannot keep me here against my will.
Just watch me.
I am not your prisoner. Oh my God. You sold your soul. The devil has your soul. Damn you to hell! To hell, you bastard! You betrayed me! Fucking Judas! I'll watch you burn in hell!
Constable?
Oh, oh my God. Christ, mercy on my soul.
Constable, I think it best for everyone if he remains within these walls for now. We are his friends here and would like to nurse the poor chap back to health and happiness. We wouldn't want him wandering the streets. Who knows what damage he might do himself?
Or others, sir. That's my concern.
Of course. Then we're agreed he stays with us?
Yes, sir. And I would say he needs restraining.
Quite.
Following infection, a small black pustule first appears, the location of which varies from body to body. Then appear the recognised tokens of the disease, the swelling of the lymph glands in the neck, armpit, and the groin. The infected person will suffer headaches, vomiting, and a violent pain, which emanates from the swelling or bubo. In mild cases, infection subsides and the patient usually recovers health. If the bubo turns purple, however, there is hemorrhage beneath the skin. The nervous system's infected and the bloodstream poisoned. 80% fatality rate. That's what we're looking at. And no one can agree from where it comes. Some say Crete to Holland by way of Italy, others Cyprus, out of Africa, and the Orient is to blame. But wheresoever it comes, and we are surely visited here.
And so the plague creeps on, from one house to another, down Holborn and the Strands, the city, and then on. All those little houses crammed together in the east.
If only we could stop this constant breathing, eh? In, out, in, out. The steams and vapors of our sickly skin.
All right! Cost extra for the rough stuff, don't forget.
Why do you do this to me?
Why do you think?
You don't get enough from me already? You feel you need to walk the streets for more?
That's right, yeah.
You do it to torment me!
And it works.
Christ! Why am I cursed with you?
You're not. It's you keeps coming back to me.
I've given everything I have to give!
But I don't want it. Take it all back, please.
Oh, I know what you want. You want me dead!
That'll do for starters if you like.
You have to torture me!
Oh, bloody hell! You do my nutting, you.
You used to love this flat,
I did.
and now? What's wrong with it?
I'm bored.
How can you be?
You're boring. This is fucking tedious. Ah!
We had it all worked out. You're safe up here.
Oh yeah, I'm safe. Safe as fucking houses. I see no one. I go nowhere. It's great.
And you prefer the gutter, I suppose?
That's where I'm from. Who gives a shit?
I do.
Look at ya. Money falling out your ass. Anything you want, you get it. Gratis. So what the fuck are you doing here with me? Hundreds of birds, much classier than me, would drop their knickers for the cash you got. And yet you go bananas if a bloke so much as looks at me. It's all fucked up.
Why must you play this part?
What part?
This act! where you pretend to be some stupid slut. I warn you of the danger all the time. We're visited!
But not this side of town.
Not yet, but soon. It's fools like you will be the first to feel the force of the disease. Why will you not listen?
'Cause you're lying! You tell me it's the plague makes you concerned when I go out, but nah, it's not. It's greed. You want me all to yourself, that's why you come up with some lame excuse to keep me locked away. There ain't no story aimed to frighten me I won't have heard before. 'Cause I'm a tar. I'm used to it. It's you who's playing games. Why is it when the world don't treat you nice, your only refuge lies between my legs? Cunt junkie, are ya? Paralysed with guilt? Well, piss off back to Chelsea. I won't be your dirty little secret anymore. Go slum it with some other dozy cow. I'm sick of all this shit.
I've been appointed an examiner.
Oh yeah? What's one of them when it's at home?
I am authorized to execute the law where I believe contagion to be rife. It's my responsibility, you see, to shut up any house where plague is lodged. It must be terrible indeed to see the world outside extinguished. Every light, the smallest crack beneath the door, the chink between the curtains, all dissolved to black. You must appreciate the load I bear. Such dreadful power burdens a man's soul. Imagine my paralysis of guilt if, by mistake, I should incarcerate a person who is healthy, quite sane.
I guess we better hope you don't cock up.
I guess we better had.
From the week beginning the 12th to the 19th, 8,297.
So, treatment. Well, once infection is set in, it's best to concentrate on breaking the bubo, drawing plasters or poultices applied onto the swellings. If this fails, attempts can be made to cut out the bubo or even burn with caustics the infected area.
St. Giles Cripplegates, 456. St. Giles in the Fields, 140.
Of course, the pain inflicted on a patient during such an operation can in itself be fatal. There are numerous records of patients driven raving mad from torment from such attempts at treatment.
Clerkenwell, 77. Shoreditch, 183. Aldgate, 623.
How can we prevent the spread of this distemper?
Whitechapel, 532.
We can't. Even with the utmost human vigilance, it is impossible to know the infected from the sound.
Stepney Parish, 716.
This disease may lie dormant in the spirits or blood vessels for a considerable length of time. A man might have the seeds of contagion in him long before he discovers himself in a fatal manner, and he might go about seemingly whole, and yet be contagious to all those that come near him.
Deptford, 219. Greenwich, 131.
All we can conclude is this. The best physic against the plague is to run away from it.
And on the Southwark side, 1,636.
Inconvenience is not enough. We have to have his ghastly howling too. My nerves are bad tonight. My head hurts so. As if it's any wonder why I'm brought so low with longing to be somewhere else. I'm certain you must feel it too, my love. You think me awful, nagging like I do. Can't we at least discuss it like adults? You've become obsessed with duty lately. This silly notion you have in your head that staying put is somehow honourable. All our friends have gone down to the country. Quite sensible, I'd say. Think safety first. But no, we stay and play the gracious hosts to madmen, entertaining lunacy. The sacrifice is not just yours to make. I'm not equipped for this. You ask too much. Please, Thomas, let's escape this martyrdom. Not far, just far enough to breathe again. My body's grown so stiff. It's missed your touch. Oh, I would sleep forever if I could. Thomas! It's nothing, Thomas. Please, there's nothing there. Oh, Thomas, I can't see your eyes. They're black. Thomas!
You don't see it. You will.
Thomas!
You will!
You're certain her condition will decline?
We needn't give up hope entirely, sir. But it is essential that we isolate her room and no one enter but the nurse. This is a woman, says she will attend your wife and nurse her through her sickness, sir.
You'd volunteer for this imprisonment?
The doctor tells me that you're wealth enough to make it worth my while. I need the cash.
Complaints are daily lodged against her type.
Exaggerated tales discrediting these decent women, trained professionals.
More like a pack of she-wolves, so I've heard, who'll stop at nothing in their avarice to rob their patients' valuables. What's more, it's been reported they delight in death and revel in the plight of those they tend.
That's strange. The rumor I heard whispered last was there's this club of gentlemen so bent on making profit from clandestine trade, they'll stop at nothing to exchange their goods, although they know their cargoes import plague. But then what market value can you place on pain and cruel injustice, huh?
Good God! You dare to stand there, woman, bold as brass, and slander my good name? The insolence! This pauper's plague may possibly infect 100,000 lives. That's chicken feed, compared with all the livelihoods destroyed from loss of trade through pointless quarantine.
Please, sir.
Now throw her out.
Sir.
I said out! You talk to me like that, I'll have you flogged! I don't know what this country's coming to.
No, wait. I can appreciate your anger, sir. This is a trying time for all concerned. This woman is like many of her class. The threat of plague hangs over all of them, and so they feel there's nothing left to lose. It makes them reckless. They take liberties. But please consider our predicament. Your wife's contagious, and the danger's real. Anyone who waits on her is vulnerable. Now, this young girl will stay and risk her life for any pittance you may throw her way. Face the fact, sir. She's your only option.
I'll leave you, Doctor, to communicate the details of employment to the wench. I'm not exactly happy with your choice, but still I'm forced to recognise the lack of decent care in pressing times like these.
The feathers from a rooster's tail.
A what?
You pluck the rum. You see?
I don't.
A cock. Or hen. A pigeon if you like.
A pigeon?
Whichever's at hand. You take the bird and grab it by its beak. Then you soak the tail where it's been plucked around the rum. You see? Press the salted tail against a spot that's swollen. Press the swelling hard. Repeat. Ancient treatment for distemper sores. It's meant to break the bubo. Heard of it?
You don't believe that, do you?
You tell me.
It isn't medicine.
It isn't?
No.
Then tell me what you recommend instead. Haven't found the cure yet, doctor. Have you? Here, gentlemen call it the pauper's plague. So why can't you prevent the darling wives from catching it? Huh?
You know what is required of you?
I do.
You'll keep the fire inside the room well lit.
I'll need some wormwood, vinegar, and sage if I'm to keep the air perfumed.
Of course. I'm sure you'll find the chambers fully stocked.
And food?
2 meals provided twice a day. Plates and cutlery will be of wood. You'll burn them with whatever scraps remain.
You know I know the drill. Let's not waste time.
So, you're well aware that if your patient dies, you are to stay for 28 more days within this house.
Why bother saying if? She's marked for death if you need me around.
That's just the point. The wife, she doesn't know.
Doesn't know it's hopeless.
No, denies she's touched.
Huh?
She is, of course, and worse than most I've seen. And yet she believes she'll mend and won't believe she's visited by plague. It's like you said, the rich think they're immune.
They are deceived.
Well, quite. Try telling them. Who's that?
The nurse.
What time is it?
It's late enough.
I've been asleep.
You have?
How long have you been here?
Not long. You snore.
Beg your pardon?
Don't apologize. I'm used to it.
But who are you?
I said the nurse. Your nurse.
I want my husband. Fetch him for me now. I said!
I heard you, lady. I'm not deaf.
Then go and fetch my
He
husband.
won't come. He won't. I'm sorry, love, but there it is.
You're lying to me.
Let's not start this way. You'll only get upset. What good is that?
He wouldn't leave me on my own.
He has. You're very poorly, so he has to keep his distance till you're on your feet again.
Don't talk to me like that. I'm not a child.
Once again, I'm sorry.
Don't you touch me!
That's my proof difficult. I am your nurse.
As if I need reminding. Very well. Very scientific. Grubby hand all sweaty on my forehead. Thanks a lot. I feel it still. The imprint of your palm upon my brow. Beastly marks stained there. That's how it feels. Not in my worst nightmares is there something makes my skin crawl so. Am I awake?
They put down all our pets for hygiene's sake. There's 40,000 dogs have been destroyed. 5 times as many cats. Or so I'm told.
As if a cat could be to blame for this. I know who I'd put down. I have my say.
It helps if we get on. Ma'am, you and me, as I'm the only company you've got. I know what you must think of me. My kind. You never see us, but you sense we're there. Or are we only glimpsing your bad dreams? Nasty creatures. Filthy. Pinned in. Dumb. We wallow in dirt on sink estates, pushing prams or drugs and spreading STDs. But what I could contract from you is far worse than anything you have to fear from me.
I'm not contagious. Not like that, I'm not.
You must be thirsty.
Look at me. Don't change the subject. Am I visited? Am I? Answer me! I'm cold.
You close your eyes. Perhaps you'll sleep again.
Will you watch me if I do?
Yes, I'll stay.
My desire's as strong as any death can be. You feel that, don't you? Life. That's what love is. I breathe it into you. I make you pure. My parting gift. Majestic, consummate, and pure. Embrace my love. Exult in it. Last time. I promise. Now you're free. You're free.
How this current scare induces terror in the hearts of weaker men and women. There's many a fool half dead with fear before he's even touched by plague.
Yes, sir.
But not you, Constable. You've kept your head. And you'd perform your duty, wouldn't you?
I would.
No matter what that might entail.
I think you know me well enough by now. I mean to be of service.
Yes, of course. So then you would not hesitate to act against... How can I put this tactfully? I can't. You joined the force to help destroy the vermin scrounging off the state. I'm right. I'm sure I'm right. Well, am I, Constable?
The vermin, sir.
The scum. The filth that spreads disease and undermines our country's health. Oh, come now, Constable. Please don't be coy. We share the same concerns, opinions too. You see what's written there? The name, address, and what I'd have you do. Now don't repay my trust in you with ill-feigned innocence. The woman's name upon the paper there was passed to me on good authority. The whore's diseased. She must be shut away.
But why ask me? I'm not a watchman, sir. There's teams of men to shut up the houses of those reported sick. Why single out one working girl for my attention, sir?
I trust you'll be discreet. It's delicate. The plague has much disturbed the poor girl's brain. The fever's warped her mind. The soul's possessed. She claims her body's known to countless men of highest rank and merit. Lies, of course, but you can well imagine how a chap less steeped in honour than yourself might find some credence in vile words and spread abroad the ugly accusations of this slut. We have to be so careful in a time of crisis that the people's faith in us, who guarantee that order will prevail, is not then jeopardised by slanderous tongues.
It's true your average watchman's none too bright. They'd fall for any trick she pulled to win their sympathy. Can't trust these blokes.
Well, quite. You see the need for secrecy. The woman's dangerous.
I'll do it, sir.
Good man. I knew you would. And do not think this task too trivial. It's here against her kind we make our stand. Remember, keep her from the outside world. Board up the windows, doors, and paint the cross a bright red stain to warn her customers the plague's the only lover she'll embrace. Off you go. Good luck. Beware you don't encounter her. Diseased or not, she's fatal charms to captivate young men. Don't touch, don't breathe her perfume in. A harlot such as her pollutes the air as surely as cigar smoke fills a room. I see you understand me well enough.
Yes, sir. Very well, I think.
I'll not forget this service, Constable. But you must leave me now. I've work to do. A speech that I'm preparing for a group of citizens whose views you'd no doubt share. I'm addressing them next week. Should be good. A top-notch club. The wine's just superb.
A formal dinner, sir?
Quite formal, yes.
But what about the council's orders, sir? Against all public congregation?
I think you'll find the order legislates against the massing of the common folk. I hope you're not suggesting that the meeting we have planned is on a par with bingo or some other dismal entertainment. We bend the rules a little out of shape, adapting it to current circumstance. In theory, yes, the law must be upheld. In practice, it rewards the man who dares to stand apart, gaining an advantage over other men who blindly follow every order of the day. They can't see tomorrow's opportunity. He can.
But don't you fear contagion when you meet this club of yours, all packed together tight? Why take the chance? That's just asking for it.
But tell me what it is I have to fear.
The plague, of course.
But don't you know?
Know what?
You mean that you can't sense it?
What?
That's strange. You're sure you don't detect an aura here?
An aura, sir?
It's difficult to say quite what it is that's clicked inside my head. But it is perfect and so absolutely real.
What is?
Why, my invincibility, of course.
There, Mum, you're dreaming. It's all right.
Where am I?
You're awake.
I feel so sick. I'm burning up inside. The window, please. I need the air. I'm burning up inside. I can't breathe. Oh, what a dream I had.
It's over now.
So horrible.
You needn't dwell on it. Was a dream, a fever conjured up. Don't look for hidden meanings now it's gone.
Oh, I shall dwell on it. How can I not? It's there before my eyes.
Well, share it then.
A girl, quite young and pregnant, past her time. But with no midwife or a neighbour there to help with the birth. All midwives dead, all fled, families who can afford their services. This woman is not poor, yet not rich enough to pay the price demanded in these wicked, godless times. But when I look again, I see the state the girl is in. The tokens blistering her skin. The reason she is all alone. But then, of course, she's not alone at all. There are so many like her, countless girls. And I can hear each one of them, their pain. The children without number, murdered here.
And woe shall be to those who are with child, and woe to those who give suck in that day. That's what the scriptures say.
and they should know. There'll be no sign of me when I am gone. Do you have children? Thomas said to wait when first we married. Said he had to make his mark out in the world before his mind could turn to family matters, so no kids. But lately, I could sense him softening. I'm sure he saw a baby in our life. I've let him down again. He'll be upset.
No token, sign of sickness or the like. In body, you are healthy still, and sound. If you could only comprehend this news, you'd realize the trial through which you've passed. While in a room beyond, a lady's doomed. What is that you hear, my friend?
Salvation.
Salvation?
Music leading people into light. The righteous following down to the river. 10,000 souls swept by the tide. Washed clean of sin. Washed clean forever.
Music leading souls to paradise.
The river's wide embrace. That's right.
It's a lie. Don't listen to that tune. There's no resurrection waiting there. Don't follow where it leads. The river doesn't cleanse, my friend. It only drowns. The Thames holds no release, and nothing holy rises from its depths. Dead eyes watch for drowning souls from skulls washed white by eddies cold as ice. No triumph that way lies. Corpses only wash upon the shore. Lifeless bodies beach on riverbanks and rot. You will not listen, will you, friend?
Then tell me how to live with it. How else to live with it? Please, go ahead and say. When everything you see or touch or taste is tainted, is corrupted, when life means nothing more than sickness and decay, why should destruction not prevail? Why not destroy by flood and fire? And why not revel in futility? It is the only truth. To hate without remorse, to kill within yourself the traitor innocence and celebrate the purity of nature's strength. Don't you see the sense I'm making here?
We have justice in our grasp at last.
The rich and the poor together, hooligan and scholar looting one another. Mind, heart, assassinate your enemy or sleep with them. Your choice is unimportant. Honesty is all. Crack the foundation stone and let the building fall about our ears. Bury everything we built in rubble. Bury all our hopes alive. Mate with the dead. Passion to ashes. Lust to dust. How else? How else?
I hear it too. Your song. And voices call to me. The voices of the dead. They drag me down. But they will not persuade me. My escape from plague I'll call survival. Not salvation. No.
I don't want escape. Don't ever want to see the world restored. It's a blessing to be cursed. When the city's derelict, perhaps you'll understand. Though we may never see the beauty reborn and the ruins thrive, or how wild this other Eden grows. In a rusting churchyard, a sparrow pecks. Wild flowers bloom amid neglected graves. Foxes sun themselves on upturned stones. Imagine. No one left to view the scene. No living soul remaining there to speak its truth.
Hello? Drop it, else I'll cut your fucking throat! You deaf? I'll paint these fucking walls with blood! That's better. Get our breath back, shall we, love? Ain't half beating fast, you are. You feel that? You're pretty sweaty too. Let's turn you on. Won't work, love, if our breathing's out of sync. Can't get our rhythm right like that.
Fuck off!
Nah, tell me this ain't what you want. Close up. So, closer? What, close enough? You say so. Now listen, pig. One move, you're dead, alright? I'll slice you from your balls or not. You hear? Right. Good. I'm glad. Now, open up your mouth. You know I'm not kidding. Open wide. Now, give me your tongue. That's right, your tongue. Come on. Our breath, our spit, yeah. Get it? Mine and yours.
You fucking bitch! She's killed me, fucking bitch! Oh Christ! I'm dead! God's gonna damn me!
That's what you think, prick!
My life, my only fucking life! You whore! You stinking bloody whore!
Oh, get a grip!
You killed me, cunt! You dirty killer whore!
I will be, yeah. You wanna make me one?
I'll take your fucking head off!
Oh, come on then! Don't give a shit, do I? I'm dying too. That's what you reckon, innit? I'm diseased. And now, 'cause I'm infected, you are too! My lips are poison, kiss of death, that's me! So come on then, let's go fight into our graves! What you gotta lose? Come on, you bastard! Come on!
My life was beautiful. It was. It's gone. And what you go and do that for? I fed you. Stood guard outside. Brought in supplies and stuff. So what you got against a mug like me? I don't deserve this grief from you.
Hang on. If you'd stop whinging for a sec, you'd see there's no more wrong with me than you. See? Does it look as if I'm visited? If you don't believe me, feel my skin. Go on. Touch me. See any swellings here? Show me the scars from pox or pestilence. There ain't none, mate. trust me, I know my flesh. Oh yeah, my body's worth its weight in gold. By rights, I should have charged you for that kiss. See, that's what's known as proof. The evidence. I'm not infected, see? You had no right to bang me up in here without some proof.
I'll check you out.
Like fuck! I'm healthy and you cage me like a rat. On what? The strength of what some arsehole claimed? Some psycho with a grudge points out this flat, says the place is plagued, and you believe him? Well, tell me what I done, what law I broke. Sorry little wanker, aren't you, mate? Can see there ain't much room inside your head for anything I'd have to say. Too full of someone else's piles of shite.
Shut up!
Don't like it, do ya? When the game gets rough. Can only play for sympathy, you lot. Glorious underdogs, the thin blue line. What a shame the way the opposition always cheats. It's hardly sporting, is it? Attacked from every line. No referee. Seems your team can hardly tell these days which arse it's meant to lick and where to stick the boot in.
And you're so sorted, I suppose. You never get confused. Oh no, not you. Whole fucking country's sliding off the map, and you're the only one who's got it sussed. Well, what the fuck do you know about it, slag? You think we're dancing in the streets out there? Half my team is dead, you sarky bitch. Dead! If I were you, I'd thank my lucky stars that I've been kept apart from what's out there.
So then one woman points out this big cloud. Says she can see an angel clothed in white and held in his right hand a fiery sword, which round his head he brandishes. And the crowd that's gathered in hope they'll see it too looks up in silent wonder at the sky. She describes every part the figure hanging there. And people, they start nodding. One lady says, "Oh Lord, I see it too." And this young man agrees and pipes up, "His sword, magnificent. Such power." When they all fall to describing it, its heavenly face and the beautiful gown, each new account more vivid than the last. I stood and gazed for ages, but no good. I couldn't make out anything but cloud. And people turned quite nasty when I said, they called me cynical, profane, and cursed. I told them that I meant no disrespect. They wouldn't have it. Said that God would hear my scoffing and would punish me with death. I suppose I lack imagination.
What's for dinners today then? Something tasty? I thought not somehow. Bet fresh goods are scarce. It's rough out there then, is it?
Yeah, it is.
The street's deserted.
For the most part, yeah. The shops are shut. The river's out of bounds. Bastards even closed the pubs. And grass grows up and down a Whitehall in the Strand. Yeah. London's emptied out.
Or filled with ghosts. Can't be good for business, I'd have thought. I mean, what punter's gonna risk a jump? Can always find some bastard somewhere though. No way an epidemic is enough to scare them all away. Take more than that. There'll even be a few the thought a plague turns on. There's some frustrated dick out there whose fantasy right now would be to screw some teenage girl who's dying of the pox. Oh, I kid you not. Some blokes would fuck a corpse. You wouldn't credit half the times I'm asked if I'll play dead whilst they amuse themselves. A field day. All this death. For some, I bet.
Most days, I like to walk at dawn. Alone. The city's bloody perfect when it's mine.
I'd like to walk the old patch one last time. Visit all the old haunts and never see another soul. The world won't stay this way, you know.
I know.
The city will be crowded once again with tourists, all those strangers on our streets. They'll only see the thousands passing by and never miss the faces that we've lost.
You got a cigarette?
No, sorry, I don't.
Protected from infection if you smoke. Physicians recommend it. Clears the air. Contagion can't compete with cigarettes. No, I'm telling you. It's a well-known fact. Because did you know that no tobacconist has been reported having died of plague? Straight up. A doctor told me that is true. Why do you think they line the streets with bonfires?
I didn't know they did.
Hundreds of them. Helps ward off infectious air, they tell us.
That I'd like to see. 1,000 bonfires lined along the Thames, and me on board a yacht, posing there on deck, a scarlet dress, the works, and bloody great explosions overhead. A slate grey sky wiped clean by flaming red.
That your revenge?
I haven't started yet. See then, I'd look down into the water there, and splashing desperately about would be the gentlemen that I've escorted out. The noble lords, the knights and ministers, who choose a common bird like me for sport, 'cause they're told we like it rough, my sort. Fat-fingered gents who fumble in the dark, and think a slap or two will then suffice, when yet again their weapon lets them down. I'd watch them struggle against the undertow. The upper crust who love to hear me spew a feast of dirty words. It makes them hard to think such thoughts exist inside my head. Not like their wives, not like their daughters' minds. I'd watch the river's current drag them down. Those knobs who wanted nothing stole from me. Just little things they couldn't use, but took to prove they'd prized me open. I used to think we all could be redeemed, that none of us were damned. Well, it's not true. 'Cause if I had a chance to save those blokes from drowning, slowly, right in front of me, I wouldn't take it. I'd let them die. I know I'm wrong. You think I'm wrong, I know. But our compassion's worthless nowadays. Nah, I would watch them suffer and rejoice.
She died without much fuss.
Some blessing then.
Yeah. Almost like she didn't want to be an embarrassment to him.
Sounds like her. Supportive of his business and career.
Did you know her well?
Only as his wife. Stuck-up bitch, I thought. I shouldn't say that. Not now she's gone. Should show some decency. That's what we're supposed to do. Respect the dead. I think this job has made me sentimental. It hardens most.
You have to comfort them. You can't just watch them die or let it show. It's only ready money makes you stay. She held my hand and talked about her life. Their country house, her favorite mare, the hunt. All charms from school we were. A little chat about the past toward of horrid dreams where dying women shared her name and fates. I will not mourn. There is no bonding here. There's nothing can unite us. Even death can't help to bridge the gulf dividing us. She'll be replaced. Same breed, identical. She's still contagious? Now she's dead?
Hope not, but that's no guarantee. Don't take my word. It's not worth what it was.
You're tired. That's all.
I am, but that's not it. I've lost my voice. It goes unheeded. I'm redundant now. My opinion's surplus to requirements.
Why is that?
Because we've finally convinced the people that they've brought it on themselves.
Brought what on?
All of this. It's all their fault. Why explain the causes of infection when we can blame this visitation on the supernatural world or cite this strange, dark force that punishes the weak? I'm sorry. Like you said, I'm very tired. Sick and tired. Of feigning ignorance. Of blaming flaming meteorites or medieval doom or prophecies or God. And most of all, I'm sick of having to pretend that we can't prevent the fatal spread and cure this bloody thing. Hello, Richard.
Elizabeth, hello.
You seem much calmer now.
It comes and goes.
It's cold.
I don't feel it much. I'm glad you came. You can help persuade him.
Oh, Thomas never listened much to me.
But you can always haunt him now, Elizabeth.
I'm not exactly sure it works that way. The dead returning from the grave to wreak revenge on those who wronged them when they lived. I only feel a strange indifference. Not quite serenity. I just don't see the point of anything. My anger's gone.
But what a team we'd make.
A team, Richard.
We're chained together. Future to the past, living to the dead, body to the soul.
You think so? I'm not sure. Not sure at all.
The plague provides the link between what is and what is not. The unseen and the seen. The healthy and the sick. Divinity and profanity. Modesty and sin. It's bigger than I ever thought it was. There is only death or healing, and who knows? In darkness and in silence, which is which?
I can tell the difference, however dark. And I'm not chained to you, dear Richard, no. I used to think like you, that angels took an interest in our lives down here, and those who'd passed away watched over friends and family, and heard the prayers they sent. But now, such an effort just to think. It seems to me I don't remember names or faces. I don't recollect the past. It doesn't matter anymore to me.
Is there no comfort then?
You cannot touch. I have such love for you. I love your life. But do not touch me. You are a prophet. I love the pain and flame in you. But I am now untouched. There is no life in me to cherish now. There is no link between us, do not search. I don't remember what you are. Your heart, I hear. Your breath, I feel. And nothing else in me is stirred by you, but envy for the years you have. And I have
I reckon north. You getting this or what? I reckon north, so that if the weather brightens up, the sun don't shine directly in our faces. Get too hot, we'll never manage it. We could always travel through the night. What do you reckon, eh? Of course, we'll have to figure out the wind, what way it's going to blow each day. Last thing we want is all the filthy London air to follow us. We'll have to watch our backs. And if we find the wind is in the south, we plan another route or hide away until the breeze subsides or alters course.
Christ, listen to yourself.
What's up with you?
You are. Constant yapping. Pack it in.
I'm being positive.
Oh, yeah?
That's right, yeah. If you want to sit and sulk, that's up to you. It's just if I don't see some daylight soon, I'm going to top myself. All right with you?
This little trip you got arranged for us. How far do you think we get before we meet some armed patrol or barricade enforced to deal with vagrants wandering up and down the country spreading God knows what about?
But we're not vagrants. We're just heading north.
According to the law, we would be vagrants as soon as we left London. They'd pick us up and dump us right back here. You can't escape. We were born here and we'll die here too, all right?
I was born in England. This whole kingdom's my country, not just this poxy hole.
Bollocks. Who the fuck do you think will listen? Who the fuck do you think will care? It's their job to turn you over.
But they won't touch you. I'm right, aren't I? You got the papers, yeah. You just flash your badge, they'll wave us on.
Not a chance. They'll be as down on me as you.
Why would they?
It's called desertion, innit? My manners here. My beat. I can't fly off around the country because I'm scared of plague.
Why not? Your bosses did.
Don't start again.
Start what?
You know, all that.
All what?
All that hatred. Don't want to hear it anymore.
Listen, yeah. It ain't the plague what's driving us. You've twigged to what I've felt for years. You have. I see it in your eyes. It flickers there. Before you glaze them over, hide the fear.
Is fear all right? Are you?
No.
You're off your head.
Listen. Honest. Go on. Talk to me. Talk to me. I'll sit here. Not a peep, I swear. Cross my heart. Your turn.
I've nothing in my head worth giving breath. You want to hear me say, it don't make sense. You want to hear me say that I want out. You want to hear me say that I'll go with you. I can't say it. I know it's all fucked up, but you gotta have something to respect. At least I do. They lead, I follow. Yeah.
You're lying.
I don't know. Perhaps I am.
Why doesn't truth concern you in the least?
You don't want to hear the truth from me.
I want to understand you. That's so wrong. You could have left this flat at any point this afternoon. You stayed. Now why is that? Had the thought of jacking your duty, taking off with me, no matter what the cost, not crossed your mind before I even said? Your eyes see through your front. You're tempted. Sorry. So, you coming then? Or what?
Gentlemen, I'm sure tonight we've heard proposed such schemes as might well benefit the state, and those in government should take their cue from what such worthy men as you suggest. And yet, it matters not what policy is introduced, nor what preventive drug physicians diagnose, nor even how much extra cash we businessmen provide for charities or medical research. All this amounts to nothing. What's the point when it has proved impossible to beat into the heads of common people common sense? They will not understand!
Get on your feet and find your voice. I'm telling ya, we have no choice.
Perhaps we are corrupted here as well. Perhaps our days are numbered too. Who knows? Perhaps we should have fled, as many did. Shut down our businesses, as many have. Delivered London up, as many would. I say, let us surrender nothing. Not our courage, not our precious reason. Instead, rejoice That's right. Rejoice, my friends!
We surrender, and they rejoice. And that's how we let them win.
You will have noticed, as indeed I have, that when the poor man offers up his dead, the miserable wretch still has the nerve to seek for his salvation in the Lord. Well, I was taught, I'm sure that you were too, that Jesus Christ helps those who help themselves. There's no reward in slavish ignorance. The opposite holds true. It's men like us, the chosen few, who execute God's will. Because this visitation's his great plan! Yes! His great vengeance, gentlemen! On the decadent, the lazy, and the weak. On heretics and godless monarchy. I see our mission clearly in all this. To help God purge the body politic.
Yes.
To save a nation bled by parasites. For once, in one fell swoop, to rid ourselves of those we might well call the useless mouths. Rather they were carted by the 1,000 to their paupers' graves, than by the 1,000 they should mass upon our streets, a common mob!
Yes!
You'll hear this visitation called by some great disaster, calamity. They'll say it signals the apocalypse. They'll liken plague to famine, fire, and war. But friends, they will ignore the natural ebb and flow of economic principles. For in rebuilding what's destroyed or lost in times of such catastrophe, we find the vital stimulation in demand that every market needs from time to time.
Yes!
Frankly, tragic loss is good for business. The cost in human life may seem too high. Who likes to see communities destroyed? But friends, when new enterprises take their place and filth from yesteryear is swept aside, please tell me, gentlemen, who will deny that plague's a price that's well worth paying?
Well said!
Yes, John.
No one can agree from where it comes. Some say from foreign lands, from jealous enemies, from anarchists, from God. But wheresoever it comes, and we are surely visited here.